Good morning. Welcome to Raaonline. This is a continuation of the carotid system. Let's see the carotid system. So the competency related to the carotid system is AN 32.2, which describes the common carotid artery and the external carotid artery. So carotid arteries, the carotid system of arteries forms the major arterial trunk of the head and neck. It comprises of common carotid artery and its terminal branches. What are they? External carotid artery and external carotid artery. So, this is common carotid artery. This is internal carotid artery, and the medially located one is the external carotid artery. So, common carotid artery, it is the chief blood supply to the head and neck region. The left common carotid artery arises from aortic arch, whereas the right common carotid artery arises from brachiocephalic trunk. Here in this diagram, in the thorax, you can see this is arch of aorta. This is the left common carotid artery. It is a direct branch of arch of aorta. This is the left common carotid artery, and this is the right common carotid artery. The right common carotid artery is a branch of, not from the arch of aorta, it is a branch of brachiocephalic trunk. So, the left common carotid artery arises directly from arch of aorta, whereas the right common carotid artery arises from brachiocephalic trunk. So, each artery run upwards, embedded in the carotid sheath through the neck from the sternoclavicular joint to the upper border of thyroid cartilage. So, that is the extent of common carotid artery. So, common carotid artery extent is from the sternoclavicular joint to the upper border of the thyroid cartilage. So, bifurcation. The bifurcation of the common carotid artery. This is the common carotid artery. It bifurcates at the level of C4 cervical vertebra. See here, you can see here, this is C1, C2, C3 and C4. So, at the level of C4, the common carotid artery subdivides into two branches. So, which is running anteromedially is external carotid artery, and it is a direct continuation is internal carotid artery. As I already explained, the name external carotid artery is given because of its distribution, not by the location. External carotid artery is going to supply the superficial structures of the neck, whereas the internal carotid artery is going to supply the cranial cavity and eye as well as the orbit. So, the two important structures located at the level of bifurcation is carotid sinus and carotid body. These are receptors. Carotid sinus is a baroreceptor. Whereas carotid body is a chemoreceptor, which is going to sense the oxygen and carbon dioxide and pH present in the blood reaching the brain. So, in this diagram, you can better see a horizontal line cutting at the level of C4 where the bifurcation of the common carotid artery occurs. So, going to internal carotid artery, it is not going to distribute after its origin. The internal carotid artery, they ascend towards the base of the skull. It gives no branches in the neck. So, we are not going to discuss much about internal carotid artery in this carotid system. So, we are confined to neck today. So, it enters the cranial cavity through the carotid canal in the petrous part of the temporal bone. Its main distribution is it supplies the cerebral hemisphere, eyes, contents of the orbit and forehead region. So, this is internal carotid artery. You can see no branches is in the neck.